check it out.
Hi everyone, Lauren here from the Mildred L. Cherry Public Library, and today we're on Company Street at the National Infantry Museum, because reading is classic. Let's get started. According to the National Infantry Museum, these buildings are the only fully preserved set of Series 700 buildings in existence. Company Street consists of barracks, mess hall, orderly room, supply room, chapel, and sleeping quarters and headquarters used by General George S. Patton prior to his deployment to North Africa. The Series 700 buildings were labeled as temporary, intended to last anywhere from 5 to 25 years. However, in the late 1980s, over 20,000 were still in use. As maintenance and upkeep costs climbed, the Army recognized that these buildings were no longer feasible and called for their replacement with steel-framed buildings. With the help of a generous donation, the National Infantry Museum Foundation was able to rescue, restore, and reassemble one of each kind of building. First, we'll start off in the supply room. It is here in the supply room where the young soldiers would be issued their equipment. The supply sergeant was responsible for all issues and turn-ins of equipment. Young soldiers would receive their supplies from the supply sergeant's staff, which consisted of a supply clerk and a unit armorer. The supply clerk issued blankets, sheets, canteens, ammo belt, and similar items the soldiers needed for survival. The unit armorer issued weapons and ammunitions to the soldiers. Next, we'll step into the orderly room. It was here that the company commander had his office, and where the first sergeant and his company clerks processed all the paperwork to keep the unit running. Soldiers did not want to be ordered to see either the company commander or the first sergeant. And these are the barracks. This is where men learned there was the right way, the wrong way, and the army way. Each man was given a cot, an area to hang his clothing, and a trunk to house all of his supplies. See the coins on each of the beds? Bouncing a coin on the bed was a way to inspect whether or not the bed was made correctly. If the coin didn't bounce, the bed was not up to standards. Notice the lack of privacy. This ensured that soldiers got over issues of modesty, preparing them for life in the field. Now we are in the mess hall, where officers and NCOs enjoyed their own tables. It is in the mess hall that every junior enlisted soldier had his first taste of KP, or kitchen police duty. The mess hall kitchen still houses ovens used during World War II. Now we are in General Patton's tactical sleeping quarters. Though this building was not originally part of the Series 700 plans, you can see similar elements of construction. These tactical sleeping quarters allowed General Patton to make command decisions at a moment's notice. Next, we are in the Regimental Chapel. It was in this type of structure that soldiers would stop their hectic pace to renew their spiritual needs. And finally, we're in the headquarters building. The headquarters housed the division staff, which included the commanding general, assistant commanders, chief of staff, and personnel staff. It was here that all of the planning and organization for the division's upcoming maneuvers and training would take place. In January of 1941, Brigadier General George S. Patton took command of the 2nd Armored Division and worked out of these headquarters. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check out one of these books featuring information about Fort Benning and the soldiers who have passed through, including recent Medal of Honor recipient Ralph Puckett. To keep up with library news, follow us on social media or drop by and say hello. Have a great day.
Book talk!
So you came to gossip about my girl Jane. Girl is full of feelings, but she understands the value of being composed and practicing self-mastery. Jane is secure with herself. When Jane's man is giving his attention to another woman, Jane keeps her cool and fabulously notes, Miss Ingram was a mark beneath jealousy, too inferior to excite feeling. Ha! Slay girl. When Mr. Rochester almost tricks Jane into marrying him, even though he's still legally married to an insane woman. Yeah, that happened. She does not stay with him. Bye-bye. And she continues on her journey without sacrificing her principles.
This has been a
Book Talk!
The Summer Reading Challenge.
We're open. Check us out.